To modeling this in Onshape. We're going to take some creative liberties just so I can explain two different things about making this in Onshape to you. Again, this is our 1/12 of our design. What we're going to do, we're going to play around with drawing it, doing a couple mirrors, and then we will start translating it all the way around. Or circular patterning it, I guess is what it's called in Onshape. So, in order to hop into it, I've made a document. I've made it so that in a Part Studio, I only have the top sketch on. I'm in my top view right now. So I'm going to make a sketch on there, and we're going to call it Snowflake Pattern. And let's just hop in there, make it center. And the first order of business is for us to insert an image. Now, I've already imported an image from my desktop of my Snowflake. Now you could hit open and you'll import it in there. It'll show up right here, and then you select it, and then it'll say, hey, do you want to draw the rectangle of the image? And you say yes. I'm going to drag that so the center point of my Snowflake is roughly on the origin, and then we're going to do a couple construction lines. So again, this is 1/12 of our design, roughly. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do two construction lines. And I'm going to make a dimension between the two of them, so I get a degree dimension, and I'm going to make it exactly 30 degrees. And we're going to need that later on. This is our reference for 1/12 of our design. Now, I told you we were going to take some creative liberties in this. Just for the convenience of this video, I'm going to make this outer portion here just lines. So we'll just kind of make some kind of wavy, radical lines. And what I'm also going to do, I'm just going to use the line tool here and here. And let's do it here and here. You could also use, say, like the circle tool if you wanted to, if you had something that looks very circular, and then you can use the scissors to trim away. You could also use, like, let's say, a circle rectangle tool. Try to keep it as close as you can to your design. But what we're going to do, you'll notice I left this one up here undone. I want to show you what happens when you use splines. Let's just delete these two points. We don't need them. So I'm going to use a spline because mine was fairly organic, right? And I'm going to use the spline tool to kind of make a nice, gentle curve. Now, when we get to copying everything around, which we're going to do in a second, we're going to have to actually play around with some different techniques to get this spline to work. But we'll get there when we get there. The next step, I want to figure out what my radius of this design is. As we've outlined in the assignment, the full diameter of your snowflake should be under 5 inches. So I had like a 2.4 maybe there. I'm going to make it a little smaller. I want it to be a little smaller. So our radius of our snowflake here, from there to center, is going to be 2. So it will be 4-ish. Now, what I can do here, the first order of business is we're going to do a mirror. So we can start our pattern for 1/6 of our 6-sided snowflake, 6-pointed snowflakes. So we're going to make one of the 6 points. I'm going to use the mirror tool. I'm going to click on this line, and I'm just going to start mirroring everything that's in here. Now, at this point in time, if you don't care for your photo reference, you can totally remove the photo reference if you want. You can click it and delete it. It's up to you. I don't mind it. Now, I told you up here, we're going to have to play around with some special stuff eventually. I will show you that in a moment. But we're still going to mirror it right now. All right, so we have 1/6 of our design. Our next step, I'm going to hit escape, is to make a circular pattern to copy everything around. Now, what we can do, if everything works well, I should be able to select all these lines, and it's giving us our heads up for our pattern. Now, up here it says I want to do this 3 times. Nope, I want to do it 6 times. And now we have, if I hit the check here, our design. What you'll notice, I selected everything, and those splines didn't come through. This is like a pro tip for those of y'all who maybe have an organic design. You're using splines. What you'll notice is It didn't copy. The way you're going to have to copy it is kind of what we were using earlier to make the 1/6. You're just going to have to use your mirror tool, and you'll have to do a little extra work to get those organic shapes to work. So I'm going to have to make a mirror there. I'm going to have to go again and use my mirror. Where should I be using it? I'm going to use it here to here. And then I need to mirror again from that mirror line here to here. So I get it over here. And then finally, just in order to make our sketch of our snowflake complete, mirror one last time vertically, and I'm mirroring all of these from that mirror line that I just made down there. Now once this is complete, we can hit the check, we can hit extrude, and then we can select our design, and hopefully it'll extrude, no issue. I'm going to make this a 1/8 of an inch tall. That's kind of arbitrary, it doesn't really matter what you make. And now we have our part. The only step you have to take now, before we get into putting it into our assembly, is you just need to rename your part. I'm going to say B. Clevance Snowflake. Just make sure your name's in there, because we need that for reference. All right, I'll see you in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to insert this into our class document. That is super breezy and simple to do.